Alright, so Joker's a weird one. So a lot of people are confused why he's really good. They're just like, what makes Joker really good? And then a lot of people, let's just be real, they just follow what people say about Joker and they just say, okay, Joker's good, but I'm really going to explain to you guys what makes Joker really good. So here's the thing about Joker. The only thing I'm not going to talk about his variations. I'm more going to talk about his strings and stuff like that and his game plan. But what I will say about his variations is that he has too many good variations. I'm shocked how, like, the amount of variations, like, good variations Joker has right now is like what it's going to really make him shine. Like, if the next patch they don't change the variations, Joker is going to be top 5 for a really long fucking time. He has really good variations. But I'll be here all fucking day if I talk about them, so I just want to leave it as that. He has way too many good variations, so that's that. Now, when it comes to Joker strings, I want to talk about his mids first. I think his mids are something definitely worth talking about. That right there, you saw that? Look at where Joker is at, and look at where Collector is at. And he is able to smack him. What makes this really good is that he doesn't need to play the I poke you, you poke me mind game. People will try jumping or backdashing after they do pokes. This shit has crazy fucking range. They'll get clipped by it. Not only that, but it's completely safe. -6, a bit of space, and Joker players will abuse that, and they'll backdash and they'll start walking into buttons. This is a ridiculous look at that shit. Like, it has really, really, really good range. So this mid is just ridiculously good. Good for punishing. You can like stack up his crushing blows, and that's one thing definitely I'll talk about in a bit, his crushing blows. He just has a really good mid. And like the way he's built like a character that shouldn't have a really good mid, if you want me to be fucking honest with you. But his 11 frame mid, just because of its range, as a stagger, it's -8. I do see high level players staggering to grabs just to condition their opponent. But they could actually, if your opponent has a read that you're gonna stagger it, that's actually a full blown punish right there. But it's really difficult online. Good luck, buddy. Not only that, the second hit -7. Again, if it's offline, again you could like punish them with a 6 frame poke, but it's very, very difficult to. And then of course you can just complete the string, which is a smart thing to do. There's a bit of pushback, and Joker players will always backdash. They'll take the trade. They don't give a fuck. They'll just backdash out of there and whiff punish you or whatever. So he has a crazy ass mid. That's one. And this mid, which this one actually has better range than, look at that. So you tell yourself, oh, this mid is not that great. Let me explain to you what makes this mid really great. -1 and a shit, like, people, here's the thing about Joker, and this is why Joker gets the best out of a lot of players, is when Joker does something like this, he is setting you up for you to come in and think it's your turn. You're -1. Joker does not need to block. He could backdash. He could throw a fucking random long ass down 4, and people walk into that shit. That being said, this is a fucking mind game right here. When somebody does this to you, step back and they'll whiff punish you. And it's very, very terrifying. Not only that, but fun fact, you cannot wake up buttons with this move. If they delay wake up, the second hit will hit them. And again, he is completely safe. So every time on wake up, you hit somebody, you just need to do this, get the timing for it. And he has a lot of setups that will leave your opponent right here like this. Alright, and actually, I think I have to amplify it, whatever. And it's definitely worth amplify it. You cannot wake up buttons. So that's like a really, really good fucking thing to do. So this string, in my opinion, it's really good. Maybe, you know, do this and go right into, you could do a down 1 and go right into it. As for whip punishing, I feel like this is going to be really good for whip punishing. And this one is just, I want to say, like doing a stagger like this and going right into it. Or you could whip punish people with it, but I feel he has better buttons for that. So there's that. He has a crazy ass 11 frame mid, and he has this one with, you know, you could do mix-ups off of it, but it's whatever. It's not like, you're not gonna want to be doing stuff like that. Like, no, it's not the best idea. People could see that shit coming. it's not for that. It's literally to get safety, or you know, if you have the punish, you know, go for that. So there's that, right? So he has two really good mids in my opinion. This is a great mid in my opinion. And a lot of times, look at that shit. People will whiff the first hit on purpose, and then because that second hit has so much range and it's a fucking mid, it's like, look how much range this shit has. Like, goddamn. So there's that. Next one is this one, which is it's whatever, you know. It doesn't. It's cool, but it does have a crushing blow, which is nice. And then you could also do stuff like this, and you cannot poke out of that if you have that move. But whatever. It's cool. It has a crushing blow. Whatever. I think it's whatever. Who gives a shit? Next are his highs. Let's talk about his highs. Now, think about Joker and his highs. They just leave him at the best fucking range ever. Like, for this, like, you could do stuff like this, right? And just start conditioning your opponent for your minus 12, and people are going to be doing that, minus 19, and then people try going in, and then they're going to want to backdash out. But for the most part, you know, best thing to do is block in that situation. But they'll stagger this move, and look at where it leaves Joker. Where he could literally do something like this. Like, let me see. He could do something like this, step back, and then just, you're going to be walking into his strings. And it could be really, really annoying to deal with. This is such a good high, in my opinion. And there's definite mind games to it. There's a ton of mind games to it. Like, you could do something like, let me see. Like boom, boom, and then go to his overhead. Or boom, boom, go to his low. Or just staggered into a grab. Or step back and start pushing buttons or whatever. Or there's a lot of mind games to it, but what it's really for is enforcing whiffs on your opponent and doing stuff like that, making your opponent pay for poking, like doing stuff like this. And then man, he's really fast over there. And that's another thing I just want to mention. He has really, really good speed. Like, his wave dash is really, really good. I don't really know how to do it like that, but even like, he has really good movement. Why, I don't know. I don't know if that was a wave dash, whatever, but he has ridiculously good movement. So there's that. That's another thing I want to mention. Now, this is a really good high. The next one is this one, which honestly, they don't need to fix it. You saw how it just whiffs, even though Collector's blocking? It's so good that I honestly feel like they don't need to fix it. Like, straight up. If your opponent blocks it, it's a really good fucking stagger, walk up grabs, boom. Doing stuff like that, or boom, 11 frame mid, or boom, going to low, and then do whatever. And then not only that, if you land your down 4, right, it actually gels. Let me show you that it actually does gel. Hopefully I don't fuck up the timing and have to restart the video. There you go. Look at that shit. 0, look how much space there is. And that's where Joker puts himself in a position where if your opponent wants to press in this position, he actually has the upper hand, because look at his fucking mid. Like, it's pretty fucking wild if you ask me. So being able to do this and go into that, and like, man, like, where do I start? It's either he presses, he steps back. Like, it's a fucking guessing game with that move. Not only that, but he can literally go into the second hit minus 5 and then complete it, or there's so much shit to it. So there's that. This button and this button are just both ridiculously good. His highs or whatever, they're cool. They're whatever. Minus 3. Whatever, and then it's a launcher, but like, as you can see, you could duck the last hit, so that's like whatever, right? And then the second hit's not that great of a stagger. It's like minus 9. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of that, but it's okay. It's completely fine. So there's that. So how do you play Joker? Now that I explained his strings, how do you play Joker? Where Joker really shines is literally in the middle. He has an amazing middle game. And he could also be like from mid to short mid range, if that makes any sense. Like, anywhere around here, anywhere where he can land this button and this button is really, really good. And the fact that he has 11 frame mid and he can go toe to toe with like characters with fast mids makes him really fucking good. And his just he could literally play the like throwing mid at you game, or he can literally step back and make you fucking whiff with his buttons, and his movement is just really, really good. Like, if you mash on Joker, you can literally step back and then just start throwing stuff, like, my fault. Like, you could step back and then just go into, like, freaking mids and stuff and, like, really oppress the living shit out of your opponent. And he has mix-ups as well. So, and if you add his movement, like, come the fuck on. That makes him really, really good. Like, from short to mid-range makes Joker really, really good. And the next thing I want to talk about are his crushing blows. I think he has really good crushing blows. He has this one, which, this one, or whatever, right? Really good. You amplify 3 of them, very realistic to do. Shit, sometimes you'll freaking land one, or whatever, right? And then, or whatever, you can just literally backdash and then fucking go right into it. It works. This catches people. But for the most part, again, if people are pressing buttons against Joker and you hit them with it, like, look at where they lead your opponent. You amplify this shit, right? Boom. And again, like I told you, he has a button that you cannot wake up buttons with, and you do something like this, and that's damn near locked and loaded, ready to fucking go. So there's that. That's a really good crushing blow. This one, another realistic crushing blow. Everyone gets caught. If you're playing against Joker, there's a 100% chance you're going to get caught by this. Really fucking good. Next thing we have with Joker is, of course, that right there. The fact that he can cancel out of it, and then he has a fucking throw crushing blow, literally makes him a crazy ass comeback character. Like, it really, really does. And the fact that he can go into freaking his mids, the fact that he has a fast fucking mid, that he can, like, do something like this and then go into that, like, come the fuck on. It's not fair. Like, he's just a really good comeback character as well. So where does Joker struggle? And he has variations that could definitely help him out. I want to say it is the long range game. He could make things work, definitely, but if you see in, like, high level sets and shit, like, a character like Cassie, I think, will definitely get the best out of Joker. There's other characters as well. That's just one on the top of my head. I think Aaron Black could get the best out of Joker. This is just from my knowledge of what I know of against playing Joker players. This is where I succeed the most, just using Aaron or Cassie. Long range, there's just characters that get the best out of him. But with his variations, you know, he could definitely make a variation that can make his chances of winning that set much higher, because he has really good variations. So there's that. Not only that, but his damage output is kind of ridiculous. His corner game is fucking ridiculous. You're looking at a really good character, and definitely an S tier character. Like, there's just no doubt about it. Joker is definitely S tier, especially with his variation system. I don't want to get into it because we'll fucking be here all day. But Joker right now is a fucking force to be reckoned with. Good crushing blows. Has a ridiculous, what the fuck, why does it reach that far? For an 11 frame mid to be that far, that's fucking wild. Definitely, fuck, it blows my mind. I was surprised that I was even able to land it all the way over there. So, he has good up close game, good down 4, which has crazy mind games. You can dash up and grab, like, this is real. And then you could do this, and then, man, I can literally share, like, Joker strategies all day, because there's just so much to do with this character, and he's really, really good. Am I saying to pick him up? I don't know, but I'm just explaining to you guys what makes this character really good, because I feel a lot of people are confused why this character is really good. I know I was at first, but then once I started using him, I'm like, why? I should just use Joker and just compete in this shit. I'll be winning ESL tournaments and Destroyer tournaments in no time. He's like that fucking... But here's another thing. He's very difficult. So that's one thing to look out for. But that being said, holla back. Check you bastards later. Deuces.